All right, good evening, Wildcat fans. Got an early evening matchup tonight against Lakeville North. So, here we go. Blue takes the puck. He gets it. He's going into the zone. Tries to skate through some guys. Gets tied up. Lakeville dumps it out. Riley's there. D-to-D pass to Grant. Grant lets it go off the boards. Going to chip it up to Meyer. Meyer's not able to get control over it. Goes back to Grant. Lakeville brings it in. Great save by Dixon. Gets it over to Meyer. Meyer's got it. He's got a couple guys to beat. Takes a big move. Shoot right at the goalie. No one's there for the rebound. Lakeville chips it out outside. Goes to Colton. Colton passes it over to Soren. Soren tries to get it out of the zone, unable to do so. Colton goes back and gets it in the corner. Goes behind the net. Looking to move it up. He chips it up to Joey. Joey has it. Gets down into the corner. Joey races down. Gets his guy tied up. Good job by Joey. Gets chipped over to Oliver. Oliver has it. Loses control. Goes up to the point. Colton steps forward. Unable to keep an end zone. Lakeville North brings it into the zone. Takes a shot. Great save by Dixon. They got it. Get it up to the blue line. He's going to take a big shot. Gets deflected. Colton has it. Gets it up to Joey. Joey needs to just get out of the zone. He does. Lakeville regroups. Chip it over to the boards. He brings it in. Another big shot way over the net. Gets over the boards. Joey has it. Joey tries to get it to the middle. Gets deflected. Riley has it. Caden smartly just dumps it out of the zone. Eagan goes in for a line change. Lakeville has it. Good forwarding pass. They bring it in. He loses control of it. Grant has it. He tries to chip it forward up to Caden, but he gets it up to Otto instead, and it's going to be offsides. All right. 0-0, first period, 9:39 left. We're going to keep Caden, Jackson, Otto out. Riley and Grant as the D pair. Jackson wins the draw, gets it back to Riley. Riley has it. She spins around, shoots her right into the net. Good thing Coach Dixon was paying attention for that one. That's going to be a defensive zone face-off for your Wildcats. Jackson in for the draw. Gets dropped. Good move by Lakeville to move in. They get tied up. I didn't even see a shot get taken. But saved by Dixon. All right, that's going to bring out Lou, Rowan, and Will. Lou goes in for the draw, gets tied up. They're still battling for it. Lakeville North gets control of it. He passes it forward. He tries to make a centering pass. He gets tied up. Lou gets the puck. Smartly just gets it out of the zone, but that's going to be icing. Hoping to keep the momentum going after last night's victory against Mounds View. All right, Lou for the draw. He gets it. Takes it back behind the net. Lakeville South gets it. They make a nice centering pass. They chip it forward. They get it to Will. Will gets it around one guy. Tries to get it around another. He has control, but then he gets tripped. No call. He falls down. They bring it forward, try to make a centering pass, goes wide. Soren's there. He tries to chip it around this guy, but he's unable to do so. Lou steps up. He gets it. Lakeville now passes it back. Good stick by Meyer to deflect it. Goes down behind the net. Try to make a centering pass. They're unable to get it. They're able to keep it in the zone. Soren steps up and saved by Dixon. All right, Oliver in for the draw. He gets it back to Riley. Riley tries to chip it out of the zone. She's unable to do so. They dump it back down behind the net. Grant's there. He tries to get it up to Caden, or up to Hank. He's unable to do so. Good stick there by Grant. Deflected. Riley goes in for it. Oliver's there in the corner. He passes it back to Joey. Joey tries to make a centering pass, unable to, but Oliver gets it. Oliver tries to chip it up to Hank, but it gets deflected. Lakeville now gains control. They bring it into their zone. He brings it past, and they're way offsides. All right, that allows everybody to get a full line change in. Jackson steps up for the draw. Lakeville South gets it. They take it back to the D-man. He just dumps it in. Goes behind the net. Soren goes in after it. Jackson moves in to tie his guy up. He gets it up to Caden. Caden has it. He's looking to move it. Gets deflected by Lakeville South, but he gets it up to Jackson. Jackson brings it into the zone, makes a nice little move. Goes around. He's looking for Otto, but he gets tied up. He does get it back, though. Dumps it off to Otto. Unable to. Caden shoots it in, and he scores. Nice shot by Caden. Good puck movement. Eagan up by 1. How's Corey down here? All right, that brings Lou in for the draw. Lou gets it, goes back to Soren. Soren tries to dump it up to Rowan. Rowan has it. He gets it back into the zone. They dump it right back over to Soren. Soren tries to bring it into the zone. He loses control. Lou has it. He loses control. Will gets a stick on it, but Lakeville North's able to keep control, bring in the zone. Shot by, saved by Dixon. All right, that brings in Oliver. Oliver on the draw. He gets it. Gets tied up on the boards. Tries to bring it out of the zone, but he gets it taken away from him. Good stick there by Riley to tie her guy up. Does another great job, and they're able to get it out of the zone. Lakeville's going to have to regroup. He gets it up. He just dumps it into the zone. Grant's there. He goes in after it. Chips it over to Hank. Hank, nice pass up to Oliver. Or, I'm sorry, to Oliver. Oliver has it, brings it into the zone. He tries to skate around the guy, not able to do so, and falls down. Lakeville gets it. Nice pass to the side. He brings it in. Looking for someone to center it to. Great job by Riley there, tying her guy up. He didn't have a chance. Joey has it. He tries to chip it up to Oliver. Oliver's not ready for it. And they deflection, a breakaway, and shoots wide and high. Oliver has it. Again, tries to pass it up, gets tied up. They're battling for the boards on it. And goes right up to the blue line, not able to get it out. Goes behind the net. Colton's there. He kind of gets it tied up there. Lakeville South moves forth. Oliver has it. And he just chips it right to the Lakeville player and falls down. And there's going to be a penalty. I'm not sure what it's for. And Dixon gets it, and that's a penalty. So I'm going to guess it's... I don't know. They're calling Colton for a penalty. I'm not sure what happened. And he didn't make a motion or nothing, so I'm not sure what the penalty was. All right, so Lakeville goes on the power play. Jackson on the draw. He gets it. He gets it over to Otto. Otto tries to push it up out of the zone, but goes up to the blue land. He tries to take a big shot, but gets deflected by Jackson. Soren rushes in on it. They're looking for a centering pass. They're unable to keep it. Brings it again. Again tries to make a centering pass. Eagan gets it. Jackson has it. He's bringing it out of the zone. Just needs to get a little bit past more of the line, and he dumps it down. Lakeville gets control. Good step up by Caden. And they're still battling for it. Caden's there. Jackson's still battling for it. Goes down the line. He falls down. And they're still going. He was definitely offsides. Goes down the line. He passes it back to the blue line. Good job by Caden stepping forward. He falls down and he pushes it out of zone. Lakeville North's going to have to regroup. He's skating around. And he just dumps it down. Lakeville's going to go in for a change. Otto has it. He tries to get it up. It just goes to defense, but Will's there. Will has it. He's battling for a couple guys for it. He's still on it. They try to get it out of the zone. They're going to be able to do so. They look for an outlet pass. Good job. Riley moves up. Great stick by Lou. He takes a shot. Saved by Dixon. Riley has it. She goes behind the net. Lakeville player moves forward. They tie it up. Lou's there. He chips it over to Rowan. Rowan's going to have it. He tries to get it over to Meyer, but unable to get enough strength on it. Goes back. They try to make a centering pass. Great stick there by Colton. All right, 3:51 in the first. Eagan up 1-0. All right, Oliver wins the draw. He gets it back to Grant. Grant tries to chip it up the board, but he gets tied up, and then he pins his guy up against the board. They're battling for it. They're still there. Hank moves forward. Great job getting a stick on it. They're trying to get a centering pass. They get it up to the D-man. He loses control. He tries to get it out of the zone. He's unable to. Oh, and they call offsides. All right, same line staying out there. Oliver on the draw with Joey and Hank. He gets the draw, gets tied up. Hank gets control of it. He brings it in the zone. He gets all tied up. He tries to make a move, but unable to keep control of it. He dumps it over. Joey tries to keep it inside. He can't, but he's back onside. He tries to make a move on it. He misses. They try to get it up. Grant's there. He gets his guy tied up. They're able to get it out, though, but it's going to go to Riley. Riley gets her stick on it, but Lakeville keeps control, but Joey's there. Dumps back to the defender, but he passes it right to Riley. Riley gets it back out of the zone. And Hank's there, and they call offsides. All right, Jackson, Caden, and Otto out there. Colton gets it. He chips it up out of the zone up to Caden. Caden's looking. He just needs to get it dumped down. Jackson steps up. Caden's there. He dumps it down to the corner to Jackson. Jackson has it, makes a nice little move. He's looking for Otto. But instead, he tries to force it in, and he scores. Great effort by Jackson. Makes a sharp move, tries to get in there and just pushes it in, and that gives Eagan a 2-0 lead. .243 left in the first period. All right, same line staying there. Jackson wins the draw. He gets it back to Soren. Soren tries to get it up to Otto. He does. Otto gets it into the zone. They move forward. Ooh, Jackson and Caden crash into each other. They're bringing it in. Lakeville's got numbers. Great job by... Oh, dangerous play there. Gets rebounded. He takes a shot. He's just not able to get the angle. Moves forward again. Colton's there. He gets it back to Jackson. Jackson's moving forward. He gets it up to Caden. Caden has control of it. He just needs to dump it in. Not able to do so. This guy falls down. Great job there by Otto to get with this guy. Keeps it in the zone. They try to get it out. Good job by Lou to step in. Lou's there. He's looking for a pass. Not able to get it out of the zone, though. Colton gets his guy tied up. Lou gets control of it again. He brings it behind the net. He falls down. No call. And that gets it back to Caden. Caden has it. He just tries to get it on the net so they can get a line change, but it's going to be icing. Not a bad play, though. They needed to get changed out there. All right, that's going to bring out Lou, Rowan, and Will. Grant and Riley out as the D pair. Lou goes in for the draw. All right, Lou gets it. He dumps it down into the corner. Grant tries to get his guy tied up, unable to do so. Lakeville South skating around. Someone's got to step up. They get tied up. They get it out. And a great job there just getting it out of the zone. The goalie deflects it off, so no icing. Will rushes down on a good forecheck. He gets in there, ties his guy up. Great job by Will. They try to get it out of the zone. They're unable to do so. And that's offsides. All right, Eagan. All right, Oliver moves in for the draw. He gets it. Goes back to Lakeville South. They get control. Good stick by Hank, but he falls down. They try to get it out. Eagan rushes over. Lakeville has it. He brings it back around. Hank's there. He gets his stick on it. He falls down. And they're able to bring it in. He takes a big shot. Way high. Goes back to the blue line. He chips it down into the corner. Oliver's there. Lakeville South gets control over it, though. He tries a centering pass. Gets it up. Good pass over there by Colton to Joey. Joey just needs to get it into the zone. Not able to do so. Lakeville brings in the zone. Good stick work. And a good save by Dixon. All right, 27 seconds left in the first period. 2-0 Eagan. Egan's only got 3 shots on goal, but they've made all their shots matter. Lakeville North has 9. Jackson goes in for the draw. He gets his guy tied up. Otto moves in. Passes it over to Caden. Nice pass. Caden doesn't get control of it, but he's able to bring it in the zone. Otto steps in. He gets it. He makes a nice move. Shoots and he scores. Great move, great shot by Otto. Hits it right up in the corner in the open spot. That's 3-0 Eagan. Lakeville North looking around like, what's going on? And the coaches aren't happy about something, but I don't think they're going to change it. All right, Jackson goes for the draw. Lakeville South gets control. Caden deflects it. Jackson's still there. They pass it back to the D. D has it. He gets it up, gets it forward. They bring it into the zone. He takes a big shot. Saved by Dixon. He deflects it back, and that's the end of the first period. Eagan with a good 3-0 lead after the first. We will be back. Good. All right, we are back. Beginning of the second period. Again, 3-0 Eagan. Lou steps in for the draw. He gets it. He brings it into the zone. Gets it over to Meyer. Meyer has it. He makes a spin move. Dumps it down into the corner. Lou goes in behind the net, tries to get it, but Lakeville North gets control of it. Lakeville North brings it in. He's got some speed, makes a nice toe drag. Saved by Dixon. All right, that brings in Oliver. Oliver gets it over to Riley, but Lakeville North gets control over it. They try to bring it up. It gets tied up. Oliver has it. He gets it over to the side, but can't keep control over it. They dump it down. Great save by Dixon. Gets deflected and makes a nice shot. Dixon's there for the save. Try to get it out of the zone, unable to do so. It's going to go down to the corner. Grant's racing for it. Great job getting his body on it. Gets it up to Oliver. Oliver's going to be able to get it out of the zone. He's got one more guy to beat. He gets past the first one. He makes another move, just takes a big shot, goes wide. Goes up. Joey's there. Oliver still has it. He makes a move, but it gets deflected. They try to get it to the defender. Eagan's got numbers. He gets past one guy. Riley's there. Good job by Riley. They make a shot. Dixon with the save. All right, Jackson in for the draw. He gets it back to Colton. Otto trips it up. He gets it to Jackson. Jackson, hurry. They got numbers. Jackson brings it forward. He makes another nice move. Shot. Oh. And Caden just wasn't able to get to the rebound, but that was a great shot by Jackson with a good deflection. Get it up the board. They get tied up with their sticks. Get it back to the blue line. Colton just dumps it back down behind the net. Jackson moves in to try to intercept the guy. Gets his guy tied up. Good job by Jackson. Otto steps in. He gets it. He chips it up to Soren. Soren has it. He dumps it right back into the corner. Good body by Jackson. Gets his guy tied up. They try to get it out of the zone. Colton steps forward. Good job by Colton. Again, they're still tied up, battling for it. Jackson's there. Jackson has it. Lakeville guy falls down. He tries to pass it forward. They almost score again. They're battling for it. And he had it. It looked like that went in, and the goalie reached behind him to grab it, but the Jackson Otto Caden line battling hard this game. All right, that's going to bring out Lou, Will, and Rowan. Lou on the draw. Lou has it. He gets it back to Rowan. Riley has it. She chips it forward, but it gets deflected. They're going to bring it out of the zone. They bring it forward. He takes a big shot way wide. Meyer steps forward, tries to get it deflected. He stops it. He's battling to get it out of the zone. Unable to do so, but it eventually does. Meyer has it. He makes one move. Tries to get around one guy. Gets around the first guy. He's got it. Gets around the second guy. Tries to backhand it in. Gets deflected. Goes to the corner. Goes up to Riley. Riley tries to chip it in. Lou has it. It gets deflected. They try to battle it in. Rowan takes a shot, and it gets saved. All right, good shift by that line. Trying to get some offense going. 9:24 left in the second period. Eagan still up 3-0. Oliver, Joey, and Hank out. Soren and Colton as the D pair. Oliver loses the draw, goes back down into the corner. He dumps it around the corner, but Hank's going to be there to get it. Hank tries to get it into the center. Colton has it, goes up to the blue line. He just chips it back down to the corner. Joey's racing around trying to get it. Lakeville defender loses control. They get into the corner. He tries to get it up out of the zone, and they're able to do so. Soren's there. He makes a move around him. He's got another guy to beat. Great job by Colton. Good body. Didn't give him a chance to move around him. They dump it up the line. He takes a big shot. Saved by Dixon. Great defensive play there by Colton. All right, Jackson moves in for the draw. He gets to Lakeville. Lakeville passes it back to the defender. He takes a big shot, but Caden deflects it. Otto gets it up to Caden. He gets out of the zone. He just had to get it past the line, but he loses control of it. Nope. Grant has a stick up. Luckily, they're not calling him for high sticking. He didn't touch it. Riley has it. She makes a move around. She tries to get it up to the board. She does. And they're able to get it out of the zone to Caden. Caden's there. He hurries up. Jackson does a great job staying on side. He tries to get it over to Jackson, but it gets deflected. They battle back, get a zone, and the Lakeville goalie is going to cover it. Again, great effort there. It's going to give Eagan a chance to get a defensive switch out. That's going to bring in Soren and Colton. Jackson goes back in for the draw. 8:28 left in the second period. Draw, Lakeville North gets it. They dump it back behind the net. Otto races in. He gets it over to Caden. Caden tries to get it over to Jackson, unable to do so. Tries it again. Nice shot. Gets deflected by the goal. He goes back to Caden. Caden has it. He spins around. He's in the corner. He's looking for somebody. Otto's there, but they're not able to connect. Gets deflected. They bring it around. Great job by Caden staying on his guy. Try to chip it up. It gets out of the zone. Soren moves up. Ooh, and that's going to be a checking penalty. All right, Caden's going in the box. All right, so that is going to bring in Will, Lou, and Rowan. Colton's going to stay out as the D-man. Lou wins the draw. He gets it to Colton. Colton brings it around the net. He chips it forward. Goes up to the blue line. Rowan's there. Passes it over. They're looking to make a move. Good their job by Colton. They're still trying to make a shot. Saved by Dixon. Oh, and they score. All right, Eagan wins the draw. They get it back to Riley. Riley tries to get it up to Joey. Gets kind of tied up there. Joey tries to get it in the zone. He's not able to do so. He gets it over to Hank. Hank has it. But Hank loses the puck. He stays on it, though, and he gets it back. Brings it around, takes it to the corner. Takes a big shot, deflects off the goal. He goes behind the net, still has it. He's battling hard for it. He's trying to get it to somebody. Oliver's there. Oliver makes a move, but he gets tied up. And they bring it in. Great job by Riley, not giving him a chance to do anything that he wants to do. He spins around, gets deflected. Joey has it. Joey gets it up to Oliver. Oliver's got to hustle. And great job by back checking by that Lakeville North player. And a little bit too much stick action there, and they're going to get a penalty there for slashing. All right, well, Lakeville North's going to have to lose a player. All right, Eagan on the draw. Lakeville North gets control. Eagan ends up getting it. Goes down to the corner. They try to get it out. Colton's there. He makes a nice move around one defender. Gets around another. Just needs to make a quick shot. Not able to do so, though. Good job there chipping it back into the zone. Egan's got to hurry up and get to it. Again, they try to chip it out. Colton's there. Makes a nice spin move to keep it into the zone. He's looking. He passes it over to Jackson. Jackson takes it down into the corner. Tries to chip it up forward to the... Oh, gets it. Deflects off the goalie. They try to make a shot. He makes another save. They try to chip it out, and he wasn't past the red line. That's going to be icing. All right, Jackson has it. He gets it up to Caden. Caden makes a move. He's got two guys to beat. He's looking. Otto races down. Oh, it looked like he scored those right off the back of the net. Goes up to the blue line. Colton has it. He makes a move around one guy. He makes a move around another guy. And they're able to get it out of the zone. Soren's racing back to get it. Penalty's over. Soren has it. He's got people open. He's got to make that pass. He gets it over to Jackson. They stay on sign. Jackson just wisely dumps it down into the corner so they can go in for a change. They do get that change in. That brings on Will's line. So Will and Lou are out there. Lou does a great job to flex the puck. He tries to get it to the middle, unable to connect with anybody. They get tied up. Colton goes down, deflects it back into the zone. They have it. He makes one good move. And great job with Soren getting a stick on it, and he saves it. All right, 5:13 left in the second period. 3-1 Eagan. Blue going in for the draw. Got a defensive switch out with Riley and Grant. Blue gets it over to Riley. Riley tries to chip it out of the zone. She gets up to Rowan. Rowan gets a stick on it, but they get tied up. Blue's able to get it out. He's got Will. Will's there. He's skating hard. Big shot. Wide. Goes to the board. Rowan races forward. He tries to get it to Riley. Riley's not able to keep control over it, but Grant's there. He's looking. Again, he's got Will. Will's there. Tries to get around one guy, but they gets deflected, but he gets that puck back. He's still there. Tries to get around another one. Rowan's racing towards it. Gets tied up on the boards. Lakeville North has it. They try to make a pass. They do. They're bringing it forward. Takes it to the outside. Great job by Grant. Grant gets it around the first guy. He gets it up to Will. Interference. I don't know how you call interference on that, but they did. Yeah, two guys going for the puck, and they call one of them for interference. I'm not sure how that happens. All right, but that brings in Hank on the draw. Hank gets it. Eagan has control. He gets it to Oliver. Oliver tries to get it up to Joey, but he doesn't got enough on it. Goes behind the net. Colton's there. He tries to chip it up out of the zone. Goes up to the blue line. They dump it right back down to the corner. Hank's there, though. He gets control of the puck. Makes a nice little spin move. Tries to get it up to Joey. Goes too far. It does go out of the zone, though. And they chip it right back down. That's going to be offsides. All right, 3:58 left in the second period. Egan's got 34 seconds left on their penalty. And that's going to bring out Caden, Otto, Jackson, and Riley. Caden on the draw. He gets his guy tied up. Otto moves in to get it. Caden's still batting for it. He has it. He brings it into the zone. He tries to just do a backhand to get it on the net, unable to do so. Tries to make a centering pass to Otto. Otto dumps it back to Riley. Riley has it. She tries to chip it in. Oh, Caden tries to deflect it. Unable to do so. Oh, they got numbers. Caden's rushing back. He tries to make a centering pass. Oh, Riley deflects it. She almost deflects it to the net, but Nate's there. Nice pad save. Otto's there. He still has it. He still has control. He's all by himself. He takes a shot behind the net. Grant steps in. He has it. Brings it around the net. He tries to center it. Gets deflected. They're still battling for it. They move it up. Grant does a great job rushing back. Riley's there. She gets a stick on it. Didn't give him a chance. Great job by Riley. Eagan still battling. Riley moves forward. It goes down into the corner. Rowan tries to step forward. He can't keep control. Great job by Riley. She's going to get a hooking penalty on that one, though. All right, Lakeville has it. They're skating around. He's still skating around. Tries to take a shot, and he goes wide. Grant moves forward. They're tied up, and Rowan's going to stop it with the penalty. All right, Egan's got to be careful here. A couple more penalties. We don't want to lose a fair point play on this one. All right, that's going to bring in Hank, Will, Soren, and Rowan. Rowan in for the draw. Rowan gets it over the corner. They dump it over to up to the blue line. He takes a big shot. Gets all deflected. Everybody's tied up with it. He tries to get a shot. Good stick there by Soren. They dump it behind the net. They have it. Hank steps forward. They're still looking to make a pass, but Hank's there. Good job by Hank. Goes in the corner. Someone's got to get it. They're skating around. They dump it back up to the blue line. Rowan races towards them. They take a shot. Deflects wide. Deflection, and he has it. Now the fans are yelling at each other, so a heated rivalry here. All right, 18 seconds left on the penalty. They dump it down in the zone. Colton has it. He dumps it around the corner. Someone's got to hurry up and go after it. Oliver finally steps up and gets to it. Goes back to the blue line. They get their sticks on it. Goes up high. Joey just needs to get it out of the zone. Shoots it over the boards. Not able to do so. Goes back down. They get tied up. They're still battling there. Lakeville has it. They shoot right on the side of the net. Still bound for the puck. Oliver has it. He tries to chip it up to Joey. Unable to get to him. Joey's there. Yep. Sorry, that was Colton. Colton's there. Big shot. Nate, save. Dumps it down the corner. They dump it around the corner. They're able to get it out of the zone. Goes down. They waved off the icing. Joey almost had it, but he loses control over it. All right, Lakeville brings in he takes a big shot, shoots way wide. Goes into the zone. Good job by Colton there. He has it. He gets it up to Joey. Joey gets it out of the zone. They're still there. They try to dump it back down. Soren deflects the stick out. He gets it out of the zone. Back there. Jackson has it. Jackson gets it out of the zone. They're still fighting. 25 seconds left in the second period. They're bringing it forward. They try to chip it in. Unable to do so. They have it. He tries to chip it around. I'm not sure where the Eagan players are at. They're just standing there. He takes a shot. Great save by Dixon. I'm not sure what everybody was doing on that. Everybody was standing around looking. So, all right, Eagan back full strength. 10 seconds left, second period. Need to get a good win here. Gets tied up. Goes back. Big shot. Goes way wide. 4 seconds left. 3 seconds left. He takes a big shot and misses, and that's going to be the end of the period. All right, so after 2, Eagan 3, Lakeville North 1. We'll be back. All right, we're back. Third period. 3-1 Eagan. Lou, Meyer, and Bart Snell out there. Riley and Grant is the D pair. Lou on the draw. Lakeville North gets it. Gets it back to the D-man. D to D pass. Great job by Rowan to deflect it. They bring it into the zone. They try to get it out. Meyer tries to deflect it. Kurtz is there. They get tied up on the boards. Still battling for it. They just dump it down into the zone. Riley goes behind the net. She has it. Tries to get it around the corner, but misses. Lou steps up to get it up to the blue line. Rowan tries to deflect it, but they're able to pass it. They try to make a centering pass, but it gets deflected. They try to dump it in, deflect it again. Battling in the front. Good job by Riley there. Still battling. Lou's there. He gets his guy tied up. Goes behind the net. Try to make a centering pass. Don't allow it. Lou gets there. He tries to dump it up to Rowan. Rowan gets it up. He gets it to Will. Will's got a guy to beat. Tries to get around one guy. Tries to do a fancy toe drag. Doesn't work. And goes right back to Grant. Grant tries to get it up to Rowan. They're able to get it in the zone. He tries to do a big shot. Not enough on it. Will's there. Gets his guy tied up. Makes one move. He's got one guy to beat. Gets around the first guy. Gets around the second guy. Gets deflected. Oh. Lou goes in. Tries to get the rebound, but unable to. I'm sorry. That was Oliver. All right. Good effort by that line. Keep it going. 10:48 left in the third period. That's going to bring in Hank, Oliver, and Joey. Oliver on the draw. He gets it over to Hank. Hank keeps control of it. He tries to get it over to Joey, but it gets deflected. They're still battling for it. Goes down into the corner. They try to get it up. And, they call it offsides. That looked like Soren stopped it to me, but good effort there by Soren to step up and try to keep it into the zone. All right, neutral zone face-off. Oliver gets the draw. He gets it back to Soren. Soren's going to have to hustle. He gets it right back out up to Joey. Joey has it. He tries to keep it deflected, but Lakeville North gets control. Pass it over to the side. They try to dump it around the corner. Joey's there. He tries to get it up and around his guy, unable to do so. Lakeville North gets control over it. They're still battling for it. He takes a shot. Dixon deflects it off. Colton's there. He gets it up to Hank. Hank's has some speed. He gets around his first guy. He's still moving. He takes a big shot, but it gets deflected. Joey moves in into the corner. Bound with his guy. Oliver has it. He tries to make a move to get around somebody, unable to do so, but Hank gets back control of it. Makes a move, shot. Good save by them. Hank tries to, he almost deflects it off of the goalie in. They're battling there. No one has control over it. Right outside. They were unable to knock it in. All right. Eagan's going to have to hustle back. Lakeville's got numbers. Good job by Soren to take off the guy and give Nate his angle there. Hank has it. He's moving it forward. He goes into the zone, takes a big shot. Saved by the goalie. Eagan needed a line change there, so good play by Hank. 9:23 left, third period. 3-1 Eagan. All right, that brings in Jackson, Caden, and Otto. Jackson with the draw gets tied up. Eagan's still battling for it. Caden has it. He knocks it over to the boards. He wisely just dumps it down into the corner. Jackson's racing forward towards it. Gets tied up. Caden has it. He tries to get it back to the D-man, but gets tied up again. Jackson is there. He tried to make a spin move. Unable to do so, but he gets the puck back. He's trying to get it to Otto, but he's unable to do so. Good stick there by Lakeville North. They're able to get it out of the zone. He tries to make a move, but he falls down. That allows Grant to get it. Grant, they're battling on the boards now. Caden steps forward. He tries to dump it back around. It goes up to the blue line. D-to-D pass, and he just dumps it down into the corner. Someone's got to get that guy in the middle. He's wide open. But Jackson gets it. He tries to get it up to Caden. Caden wasn't ready for it. Goes out of the zone. Ooh, Riley's got to be careful there. Deflects over, goes behind the net. She tries to dump it around. Grant moves forward. He's able to get it up to Otto. Otto has it. They got to hurry. Jackson has it. He gets it up to Caden. Caden gets it into the zone. He gets tied up by his guy. Has it in. Egan's on a line change. Rowan's there, but Egan's got two guys back. He makes a move to get around one. Great job of tying it up. Rowan's there. He tries to get it up, but he passes it right to the defender, and he takes a big shot. It goes way wide. Lou's there. He tries to get it up to Meyer. Meyer got turned around, wasn't ready for it. Lakeville North has it. He's trying to skate around everybody. He brings it into the zone, almost loses control of it, and just dumps it down in the middle. Colton has it. He tries to dump it up to Will. They're going to have to race for it. It goes into the zone. Icing's waved off. Lakeville North gets control. He tries to dump around thinking somebody's there, but Will's there. Will tries to make a move, not able to keep control. Colton steps forward. They're able to get it out, though. Soren's there, though. He keeps control of it. He gets it over to Rowan. Rowan tries to get it over to Lou, but gets deflected. Lou's still battling for it. Great job by Lou. Good effort. He gets the puck back. Someone's got to rush forward. He takes a shot, bounces off the net. He's still battling for it. Will's there. He loses control of it, tries to take a shot, gets deflected. It's going to go back to Soren. Soren has it. He tries to dump it forward. Will has it. Oh, he misses the shot. His guy falls down. Still battling. Rowan's there. They knock it over to the corner, and they're going to bring it out, but it goes right to Colton. Colton has it. Good pass over to Soren. Soren passes it right over to Oliver. Oliver gets it to Rowan, but it goes back. But Soren's going to be able to do it. He takes it in because he's got some speed. Gets deflected. He still has control over it. He takes a shot. Deflects way over the net. Oliver moves in. Gets the guy tied up in the corner. He tries to make a pass. He's not able to get a hold of anybody, but they're there. Soren has it. Gets it to Rowan. Rowan loses control, but he gets it to Hank, but he loses control. Lakeville North has it. They're moving forward. Good stick there by Soren, and goes right back to Colton. Colton dumps it over to Hank. Hank tries to pass it to Oliver, but they're not able to connect, and he shoots wide. Oliver got to be careful there. Oh, great pass and shot, and they scored. All right, 5:58 left in the third period. Eagan up 3-2. All right, Jackson there. He's on the draw. He wins it. Otto brings it into the zone. He still has control of it. He takes down the middle. He tries to pass it over to Jackson. Gets deflected. Caden's there. They try to bring it out. Goes to Grant. And it's offsides. All right, draw gets tied up. Lakeville North gets control of it. They bring it into the zone. He takes it in the middle. Grant, great job with the body as always. They're going to call him checking on that. Grant 1,000% playing the puck on that, but they're going to give him the body contact. All right, Jackson gets the draw. He knocks it over the zone, but it goes up to the blue line. He takes a shot, saved by Dixon. Dixon with another save. Gets deflected over, and they score. All right, Egan's going to have to dig deep here. Led pretty much the entire game. We don't want to lose it here now. All right, they get the draw, bring it in the zone. It gets deflected. Rowan deflects the first guy. Big shot. Dixon with the save. All right, Lewin on the draw. He wins it. He gets it back to Soren. Soren tries to chip it up to Rowan. Goes up to the blue line. They're battling to keep it in. Still battling on the boards. Lakeville has it. Takes a big shot. Saved by Dixon. Lou has it. He tries to get it up to Meyer. Meyer tries to get it on the first guy. He does. He's all by himself, though. He's going to have to make a move. And that's tripping. All right, that puts Eagan on the power play. Now's a chance to get that point back. Lou's in there on the draw. They get tied up. Will deflects it. He's still battling for it. Tries to make a shot. Gets deflected. He goes behind the net. Still battling hard for it. Makes a spin move. Tries to center it. Nobody's there, though. Try to get it out of the zone. They're able to get it out, but Grant has it. Grant makes a move. Gets around his first guy. He's going to bring it in. Will rushes forward to the middle. Tries to center it, and Will scores. Great job by Grant. Great vision. Will battles his way in front of the net, deflects it in. Great job. Eagan takes the lead back, 4-3, 4:29. Been a great game so far. All right, Oliver on the draw. He loses it, but Hank gets it, and that's not a checking somehow because Hank's bigger. Goes back, Colton has it. He dumps it up to, but he's able to get it out of the zone. Lakeville's battling the net, and they're offsides. All right, Oliver gets a draw. Joey has it. He dumps it back to Soren. Soren dumps it forward up to Joey. Joey tries to get it around the guy. Lakeville North gets it. Battling for it. Oliver's there. Good job by Oliver. He makes a move to get around one guy. Makes a move to get around another guy. He's looking to center it. Tries to chip it in. Gets deflected. Hank sweeps in. Tries to poke it in, but the goalie had it covered. 3:54 left in the third period. 4-3 Eagan. All right, Oliver gets it. He gets it back to Soren. Soren takes a big shot, but it gets deflected. Lakeville North's going to bring it, tries to bring it in. Egan's got numbers. Good job by Colton. Great stick. He's there. He gets it tied up. He gets it up to Hank. Hank's got it. Moves it forward. He's trying to get around this first guy just to take a shot. Nice shot on the goalie. Oh, the goalie deflects and he covers. Good effort there by Hank. Good hustle. It's going to allow Eagan to get a line change in. So that is going to bring in the Jackson-Caden auto line with Riley and Grant on D. Jackson gets the draw. Otto gets control of it. He gets tripped. No call. Jackson's bound for his guy. He goes behind the net. He tries to just dump it around the corner. Gets it up to Lakeville. He tries to get a pass, but Grant's there with the stick. Good job by Grant, but it gets tied up. They get control, but Riley's there. Great job by Riley. Otto's there, gets up to the blue line. They try to chip it in. They're still battling hard for the puck. Gets it up. He's looking for a centering pass. Saved by Dixon. Lakeville's pulling their goalie. They're bringing in another forward. Eagan gets the draw. Lakeville North has ended up getting control over it, though. He tries to make a centering pass. So he falls down. Riley gets it. He gets it over to Otto. Otto takes a shot. Is it going to make it? Is it going to make it? Oh, just wide. And that's icing. All right, 2:48 left in the third period. Hard-fought battle here, 4-3. Egan's got the lead. Lakeville's pulled their goalie. He takes a shot. Great save by Dixon. Gets deflected. Another save by Dixon. Dixon's got it covered. And they're pushing and shoving. Great job by Dixon. All right, that brings in Lou, Rowan, and Will. Lou in on the draw. Lou gets it. Gets it up to Rowan. Rowan shoots. And he scores! 5-3 lead for Will. For Eagan. Will tackles Rowan on the celebration. Good job, good effort by Rowan there just to make a nice little waft shot, get it past everybody, and scores. 5-3 Eagan, 2:34 left. Oh, they called time. So time's up, and Eagan's going to get the victory. So 5-3 Eagan. Hard-fought battle. It was a very close game. Good test and good back-to-back wins for your Wildcats. We will see you at our next game. Hope everybody has a great night.
She up top.